So, good day, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our podcast. We are the Software Testing Group 5. I'm
Woo.
Nathania John Noel, and I'm joined with.
Hi, I'm Joey Saavedra.
I'm Nico Santiago.
I'm Khan Basiri.
And lastly, I'm Jacob Barcenas.
And, thank, and since we've already introduced everyone, let's go for today's topic. Um, so, currently, we're going to talk about software testing because I think it's a
Yes.
Ooh.
very interesting topic that came up recently. And nakarelate din sa group name natin. So
Software
It was written in the
testing.
stars.
it was
Let's
written in the
go.
stars. So I think to start off, maybe our listeners can get a recap on what is software testing. What you guys think?
How about you, Jacob? You got thoughts?
Well,
I got some.
technically, software testing is basically testing a software basically because like knowing its complexity at times we cannot predict like if it's actually working 100% at all times because there's no such thing as a perfect software in the first place.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah. I was also thinking like if you were to conduct software testing, it's gonna benefit your software in the end, even if it's not perfect. It's not gonna guarantee a perfect software, but at the same time, it's always also gonna guarantee a high quality software, which is really great, I think, in like the enterprise standpoint. Yeah. How about you, Khan? You got thoughts?
Well, just like Jacob said, software testing is more like testing the integrity or the quality of the software. Like
Mm.
ganun.
Mm. Maybe Nico also got thoughts.
Uh, for me, like software testing, it is not just only like about softwares. Sometimes it can be also in products. So like uh, we can make sure that the product or the like software has a fully working functionalities and how do you see this? It has a great quality.
Mm.
Makes sense din. Especially yung part na like, hindi lang siya limited sa software and hindi yun any product. Which makes sense. Like, kunwari, magawa ka ng, perfume. Tapos hindi mo na-test. Tapos yun pala may nagkaroon ng allergies the next day. Oopsies! Problema niyo pa
Oopsie.
yun.
Yeah. I also agree. And on that note, I also think that software testing is really good for like saving costs in the long run because if in the product standpoint it costs a lot in like repairs or like yung mga quality control of like materials and such. So parang yun nga, if you're ensuring everything is working in the product in like an earlier stage, then yeah, you save costs, and that also applies in like the software standpoint as well. So that's pretty cool.
Prevention is better than cure kind of thing.
Yeah, prevention. Yeah.
Yay. Okay, what
So-
do you think about it?
Like what specifically?
I mean, I don't know. It's like software testing. Like I can see it on like our standpoint since we're currently comp sci IT students. So that would be a nice way to do it. How do you think we'd probably explain like cost wise in software testing to people who don't know who aren't familiar with yung terms na yun? How would you explain it?
So like explain software testing but in a more like digestible way for the public.
I think for some people who aren't familiar with who aren't, let's say, too well known in software or technological terms, I suppose.
Mm. You know, I think there are movies out there that exist out there that like also reflect software. Has anyone seen any movies?
Oh yeah, I actually I have watched a movie that is very related to the software testing.
Oh, really?
I think the title is called Escape Plan. Have you guys watched it?
I
Parang
think I've seen
familiar
it.
yung title, but I don't remember.
Yeah,
Which one
probably
ba
like in
yun?
grade school or something.
Yeah, so like the summary of the movie is like there's this guy, his name is Ray Breslin. So he's
Mm-hmm.
like a uh, he's specializing in like breaking out of high security prisons, and so he basically like test every security of the prison.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the summary of the movie.
That's pretty
Now that you
cool.
mention it, it does sound familiar.
You remember dance?
Mm-mm. Yung sinabi na like he tests prison security. Yan ba yun? Um, yung main thing na like, parang nakidnap ba yun siya?
Ayaw
Di
pala,
ba?
no?
Technically.
To be
Technically.
fair, he's the only one who tests, in that kind of manner. Especially like who would go be like that crazy to actually test some stuff like to that kind of level. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
in some way,
definitely.
he signed himself up for it.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
like his job then. It's
I
like his
Yeah.
job.
mean, he signed
That's
up for it,
cool.
so like you can't blame the guy.
Mm.
That is
Mm-hmm.
true, yeah.
Like I remember there are like two different prison breaks actually. Like the first one was like pretty simple, I guess. Like it's a high guarded facility, but then in the second one they were like glass boxes. Is that right? Like they were put in like
Mm.
this really impractical prison cell. I think that was pretty cool. Yeah. But like, does anyone remember anything else about the movie specifically?
I think
I
I
think.
I remember the movie wherein
Mm.
yung sa second prison, I think the prison name is the Tomb or Tomb ba yun? Wherein
Yeah, the
nakalocate
tomb.
siya in the nakalocate siya in the sea wherein maximum ano siya prison. Bale, yung prison daw yun is something like doon pinuput lahat ng mga notorious or notorious criminal and something like that.
Oh, that's why it was so highly guarded. That's crazy.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Hmm. And if I remember correctly, he was like mapping out each and every plan and how he's gonna conduct yung prison breaks niya. I remember the few that stand out are like yung steel rivets in the box. What do you call that? What's the parang microwave siya?
I know it was like an isolation thing.
Yeah, that one. That was pretty cool. Yeah.
Pero why was he? Because I remember when he was first brought into the tomb, parang he has an evacuation code because he thought na, oh, this is too much for me, I have to step out. I won't test this anymore. Pero why was he so
Yeah.
stuck there?
Does
Because
anyone
there's no
remember?
shortcut to success. I mean,
Mind blown.
it's pretty much
Noted.
because like as we have seen the movie, even if we have the so-called escape code, it doesn't guarantee that you actually get to use it because like of course life changes, if you know what I mean. It's a constant manner, so like you cannot be too sure, like even if they say that it's guaranteed. I mean, so-called with
Right.
systems, you cannot also say that that system is 100% perfect. So that's pretty much like how I see about
Mm.
it. How I see
That's
things
pretty
about it.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Now that you mentioned like testing in that sense, I was kind of wondering, since we're already here, like, what is the relevance of software testing in this movie? Like, how can we apply it there? Because I'm pretty sure, like Jacob said, like there's a lot of like reflection to actual software testing in the movie, and like I was just wondering if we can apply it in a way that the viewers can absorb. You know,
I
do you
guess
guys
for
remember
one
like?
thing. Oh
Mm-hmm.
wait, yeah.
Sorry.
I guess for one thing, would it count? Kasi software testing, you're testing the software. Pero in escape plan, person testing.
I mean,
For the stress test.
you technically just specified it. Yeah.
Yeah. But if like okay, hypothetically, what principle can we apply in escape plan? You know, if you remember the principles, it was like something context dependency and like exhaustive testing, pesticide paradox, all that stuff. If you
Oh
guys
yeah,
remember,
yeah,
yeah. What principles can we apply in escape plan? Um,
yeah.
actually, I was thinking one of them can be actually context dependent. Because if you notice the two different like plans for the two different prisons, they change for every context or every prison. Like for one, it was fairly simple. He just needed some milk just to get like a touchpad thing, and then he could easily get yung routine ng guards because it was very visible and such. But then yung sa other prison, yung the tomb kan, 'di ba? The tomb.
Yeah.
So like yung sa tomb naman parang like low visibility tapos may mask pa yung mga tao, yung mga guards. So like he couldn't get the routine on whatever. So I don't know. What do you guys think?
Makes sense na ano, context dependent siya. 'Cause I was trying to think, like,
Hmm.
technically, exhaustive testing sana yung isip ko, pero at the same time,
Ooh, that's also
like, exhaustive testing because he kept trying multiple things, pero I think, yun nga, once you're in a prison, I don't think that can be applied kasi if they keep seeing na parang may routine rin that's like in a suspicious manner, then you're gonna have a harder time getting out.
Oh yeah. I think they got suspicious at one point. You remember that?
I know sa Tomb at least, parang how many
Yeah.
times they were like, wait a minute, what are you doing?
They just started beating him up like it was crazy. Okay,
How are you
guys,
guys?
may naisip kayo? How about like absence of errors fallacy? I also think that could apply. Hmm.
I
don't think there's
mean,
no
like going back to what I said, there's no such thing as perfect systems. So like, if you're gonna have to assume that like everything just goes okay, then I'm sorry to say that it always ends up. You always have to expect the worst, cause like
Hmm.
if you don't, then technically it might be your downfall, which is we have seen in the movie. I mean, it feels like it's so too perfect to be like an effective
Yeah.
effective
Yeah,
strategy
yeah.
to actually escape, which is you
Mm.
just don't. I mean, even in real life, you just don't. You do. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you remember that part where they almost escaped and then the door closed on top because like it went into lockdown or
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I
And
mean,
they were just
yeah.
like, what do we do now?
I got
Yeah.
so stressed watching that
Yeah,
part
me
because they kept
too.
saying that our prison is perfect, and then every time they tried
Yeah.
making a move, they were like, let's interrogate that person. I'm like, huh?
Yes, like
Why?
no. So stressful.
I mean, isn't that life? They always give you unexpected
That is true.
onions
That
in
is
life. That's pretty
very
much how it
true.
goes. Yeah.
Same thing. What like the thing is the difference of mentality compared with I forgot the name of the guy, but the overall warden I think was
Hogs.
like
Oh yeah. Oh,
he
Warren
hogs. She's like our
Cody.
prison is perfect. You will never escape. He was wrong.
Yeah.
He was very wrong.
True. True.
Now
Spoiler
that's the
alert,
absence
he
of
was
Eris fallacy. Boo.
wrong.
So how about like other stuff? Like types of
Um,
software testing, maybe.
Oh,
Levels?
like I
levels.
think
Yeah,
like
Nico.
uh the movie is so great because like um di ba like software testing it isn't all about like softwares. There's also like parang products and stuff. So in the movie there's like a parang something like a mixture of two. So like uh especially in the prison called the tomb. So, 'di ba like the tomb is like a parang highly advanced like a facility or prison. So, uh there's also like the systems there, the like security systems
Mm.
that they have developed, and also like the parang the product, which is the prison itself. So like I think parang the way I see it, like uh Ray Breslin and his other uh alliance that he has formed with in the prison, which is Emil Rothmeyer. I think that was the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I think the way I see it, they are the two of them are just like, how do you say this, like the bunkers of the system or the product itself to see like if there's really a flaw in the system.
Mm. You know, now that you explained that, parang naisip ko maganda siyang example of user acceptance testing. No? Parang sila yung users. They're
Mm.
testing the system, checking if yung security is flawed, ganon. Di ba, Nico? Oh, parang ganon siya. Cool. Thanks for your insights. That's actually really cool. Tapos, I guess, yung last na lang na we can touch on is yung life cycle. Like, paano kaya, like, if we were to apply yung life cycle STLC dun sa ginawa ni, what's his name? Main guy, si Porthos.
Porthos.
Breslin.
Porthos? Si
Our
Breslin
boy.
Porthos?
Our boy.
Our best boy. So like, requirements analysis, ano maisip mo, Kan? What was he doing for requirements analysis?
Mm, I think sa requirements analysis, I'm not sure eh. Kasi marami kasing struggles na na-face niya. First of all, yung mainly talaga sa second wherein hindi na lang na yung first na mission niya is supposedly na mag-breakout lang sa prison. Then yung second na wherein doon na siya sa prison, nalaman niya na parang ni-untry daw siya ng kanyang boss. So I think yung sa software requirements niya is, I'm not sure pa, what do you test kung ano yung niya, requirements base.
Hmm. Parang vague, no? Yung requirements niya, Tons.
Feel ko
Hindi
yung
kasi parang
requirements
specific.
can be since his goal was to escape. Feel ko yung requirement analysis is
Yung
finding
escape mismo.
information about the prison itself to find where he can start.
Tama, oo.
Yeah.
Pwede
So
dun.
like there's a uh, planning phase where
Planning
like he'll think what to do in this type of situations, something like that.
Mm. Tapos siguro yung sa actual na yung test cases and execution, parang yun na yun yung ginagawa niya. And stuff, no?
Magnakaw ng screw.
No! Kasali yung pagnanakaw. Naku po. Yeah. So, medyo agile siya, no? Parang, kasi yung requirements, parang, hindi siya nakaplan like fully, like 100%. Kasi diba sabi ni Jacob, parang, like, hindi magiging perfect talaga yung plan. Like, no matter how well he prepares.
Plus, they were in a
Tapos,
hurry
nakita.
because like
Yeah.
They were no
Cause
time
like
limit, yeah.
Yeah, time
the
limit.
more they stay, their chances of survival so like, slim
Oh.
by the minute actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, mas
And by that
intense siya na
time-
agile.
By the
Oo,
time
and by
they
that time
finish
they
their things.
tried. They gave like a false alibi
Yeah.
kay Hobbs.
Mhm.
So they were like,
Oo,
oh, we really
oo.
gotta work fast.
Oh, nakaka-stress. Grabe. Grabe. Yeah, that movie was nice. That was great. Any other, like, videos? Tons?
It's actually really a lot applicable to system testing, software testing than I thought. But yeah, I think that's one good example.
Mm. How about another one, actually? Jacob Khan? You have examples of other visual media that we can talk about?
Well, now na we na topic natin yung sa prison escape prison. Meron yung parang documentary wherein like the software testing World Cup Finals 2016. Documentary siya wherein na this time nag-test sila ng system and hindi siya prison wherein like it's an app wherein marami siyang competitors all around the world na nag-show sila ng skills nila in software testing. It likely like the footage, yung sa video na yun is parang ni-show yung mga struggles ng mga teams, yung mga strategies, and yung mga challenges na ni-face nila during the competition. But I'm not sure kung ano yung parang software na ni-test nila.
Actually,
Hindi
oo. Diba tons meron yun yung specific software na trinay nila i-test? I think
Actually, like a friend recommended me to watch the World Cup finals a while back. I think they had something. But they had to test an app, then they didn't know what it was. But I think later on they mentioned something about for reservation for driving.
mobility then.
I think it was move something.
Move well.
Move
Yeah, it's
L.
Movell actually.
Wait,
Yeah.
no.
Ah,
That's
yeah.
actually the name.
Oh, no, it's Move L.
Nice. That's cool. That's cool. Great. So what was the goal of this World Cup finals thing? Can someone explain that, please? Maybe
I know at
Jacob.
least.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh wait,
Tanya?
Jacob, go first.
Well, I think it's more like because like it's similar. I think at least based on my experience, I think it's similar to like a hackathon thing. But like the thing is with this one, the thing is with this is that they were just like vaguely told like what they need. So like it's not really like as in you have something in the back of your head of your head that quickly. So there would be like different types of softwares, of course, and then that would require also different ways of testing because like there will be different contexts of each type of softwares, and then the fact that people like us have like different ways on how to actually tackle the problem. So yeah, we really have to consider the fact that softwares is, yeah, like I said, it's complex in the terms of like how you actually like test stuff. So yeah, I think that's
Mm.
how I perceive like as much as I watch the documentary. Because I have to be honest, I mean like the sound of the audio of the how it was edited is like
Oh, yeah.
Yung
too
music.
The
yeah,
DJ.
yeah. We can call that editor the DJ, so-called DJ, because like I couldn't like comprehend that well, although I do get the point. It's just that
Mm.
it has to be like somehow too repetitive for me. Yeah. So
I think there was a thing in the competition where, di ba they were given an app they didn't know. They had
Yeah.
nothing, no knowledge of. Parang may nakita ako tally board tapos defects. I think they were trying to, I think yung points nila counted on how many defects were identified and fixed.
Oh, yeah. Actually, now that you mentioned it, it's like each group had their own methods of tracking yung mga testing and yung mga defects nila. I think one of them had like a mind map, the other had like a checklist, right? Do you remember that? And then
Mm-mm.
the other one had like a matrix of sorts, like a grid almost. I think in Africa had that grid thing. That was pretty cool. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so I didn't know that there were like multiple ways to conduct like yung testing itself or like yung planning for the testing. That's pretty cool. How about Nico? You got thoughts on this documentary?
Um, like uh, like Jacob said, I also really couldn't like how do you say this, like listen really well because of the like background. But
Mm.
like I think the main point there is just like to like to parang test every software they had, and then like also the application that you guys have mentioned, like uh the people there are like the parang users, and then they'll just find what's wrong with the app, or if
Mm.
there are defects or something, like missing features, something like that.
Cool. Actually, Tanya, how about we get like a time check on our podcast?
Good question. We have about, let's say, 9 minutes and 13 seconds left.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
We have such short time. How about we just run through the software testing relation?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
you think actually ma-apply yung concepts sa na-identify natin sa escape plan? Like yung agile planning dito rin?
Hmm. Now that you mention it, yeah, I think so. Because, like, I think you guys all said na parang they went into yung testing blindly. Like, they didn't know what the app was, they didn't know what yung features are gonna be and stuff. I think yung winner also mentioned how they had to go, like, they had to plan how they were going to figure out what the app was gonna be. Parang they went through the app for like 30 minutes, I think. And then after those 30 minutes, dun pa lang sila nakaplan on how they're gonna
Mm.
conduct yung testing. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Maybe
Tapos,
si Kan also remembers other things.
mm,
Or Tanya?
I think, thinking about it, another thing na pwedeng sa escape plan and if yung SDLC broke up, pwedeng sila non-functional kasi weren't they like testing out, let's say, like I guess escape planning, stress testing, insanity testing, both literally sa definition and literally yung words. And yung sa SDLC mismo, non-functional non-functional siya kasi di ba they're trying to also find, they were testing in limits ng how to find the defects.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Nice.
Non-functional. Yeah. I also remember one of them being like, "Oh, we've never done non-functional. We've never done functional testing. Now we're gonna do non-functional or something like that." Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Just I guess in comparison, while yung escape plan, like you mentioned earlier, na unit testing siya since one by one, like yung yung screw thingy.
Yeah.
And would you guys say system testing in this time?
Actually, pwede. I was thinking at first like acceptance, but then if it's acceptance, it requires both functional and non-functional. So yeah, it's probably system
True.
testing. Yeah, because you're testing the entire system itself. You're taking in all of the components in units, and then how they are integrated with one another, and how they operate as one system. So yeah, that's system testing definitely.
Yeah. Tapos, paano yung software life cycle nila? I think that should probably be like a last note on how it would be. Kaya boys, ano na-notice niya sa ano yung software life cycle in this time?
Like requirements analysis, case planning, or like how the entire like SDLC was conducted na lang para like conciseness.
I do know at least both of them were fast. They had to work fast.
Oh yeah. So agile then. Agile, probably.
Yeah, pretty much, I guess.
Both were on a time limit.
Yeah, they pretty much had a
Yes.
limited time while they were doing it.
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
Parang quick rundown ng mga phases.
And
then I
like,
guess it's
they also
agile.
have to like they also had to find like lots of as many defects as they could in like that short amount of time. So parang they had to deliver those deliverables very quickly, or else di sila makonsider for winning.
I mean, it's amazing
True.
their determination of actually finding those bugs. Because, like,
Yeah.
it's actually mind wrecking, to be honest. The more you find
Mhm.
bugs, because, like, you really gotta have to tackle one by one, or else sometimes once you fix the bug, another bug appears. So, it's kind of an
Yeah.
endless, kasi there's no such thing as, bug free. So, bug free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People
So I
say it's
remember,
exhaustive.
Yes.
Oh yeah. No, this exhaustive. Which is why I think Pangalactic, what's their name? Pangalactic Gargle Blaster.
The same din sa Netherlands.
yeah. Basta
Yeah.
Netherland people, they won because of like
Amazing.
they prioritize they prioritize which bugs they were gonna focus on, which is why they handled yung pinaka high risk bugs first. Kaya siguro mas maraming points yun or something. Tapos they just handled like the smaller bugs later.
Parang
Yeah.
defect clustering yan yun, no?
Parang.
It's
So,
like,
like,
yung
Yeah.
grouping of it.
They really panned the Galactic Blasters.
They sure did. They blasted their way to victory.
They sure gargled that blaster pen. That means
Good for them. At least,
Good for them.
they won. I remember at some point, when they were interviewing, they were like, so do you think you'll win? And then they were so confident. They were like, yeah, I think we would, because why else would we be competing right now? And then they got first place.
Wow, that's amazing. We need that confidence, guys.
You sure need that confidence. And actually, I think that is a good end point for today's episode. And we've managed to tackle a lot, and I think our listeners or viewers have gotten hopefully a better understanding for software testing as a whole with these examples. Maybe they should watch it. Yung STLC World Cup Finals, it's pretty short, but it's informative if you don't mind the DJ. And Escape Plan is also pretty fun. Makastress lang niya.
Yeah, for real. And also, two amazing actors are in it. I think Schwarzenegger and whatever his name is. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Thanks so
anyway,
much, guys.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Tanya.
And thank you also, guys, for joining in for today's episode.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I think we're gonna end. Yeah. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.